Hi everyone, welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday the 12th of October. It is an absolute pleasure to be with you today. I'm still using the Green Witch Tarot and I'm going to choose my 3 cards to give you an insight into what you'll be working with and how this day is going to affect you and how you can make the most of it. So let's pull some cards. Oh, the Green Man, that's so beautiful. I love this deck because it's got such beautiful, beautiful images in it. Okay, so we have the Green Man, which is the Fool. It's the 0, the card before the Magician. It's the Conception. The Green Man is the Earth. He's kind of Father Nature. He is the kind of stage that's set for us to live our lives. So he sets the stage, he provides the land. He has chosen to become a violinist. He has chosen to be a camouflage warrior, and he's someone who's playing the flute and who wants to be an artist. So different people do different things with what they're given in life. Everyone has been given a talent, an interest, and sometimes we become so obscured with trauma and faulty thinking and what we were told as children that we don't know what our true natures really are. We can't connect with them because there's so much junk obscuring our true natures. And this is a day of coming back to basic, coming back to roots and getting in touch with who you are. The crone is the wisest woman there is. The crone is a concept from Wicca. You've got the 3 aspects of femininity, which is kind of a little bit, I think, politically incorrect at this stage. You've got the maiden, the mother, and the crone, okay? And the crone is a woman who's been there and done that. She has had young love, and she has enjoyed romance and seen it fade and turn into something truer and more deep and become true love. She's had her children, and the children have grown, and they've left the nest. And she's gone through her change of life, and she has realized that in her old age and her wisdom gives her the kind of strength that she really didn't have before. And these white flowers represent that she's pure in spirit. So she's reached the later years of her life, but she has not become bitter by what's happened to her. Her life has made her incredibly strong, and if anyone knows who they are, it's she, because she's been through her life, and the longer you spend with yourself, the more you kind of get a sense of who you truly are. So this is a day of just feeling and being kind of just relaxing back into your real self. And it's so interesting that, you know, we had this big astrological change on the 10th, and now we've got this week and like days following that big change, which are all about starting to get in touch with your emotions and really becoming much more authentic within yourself. So you're going to remember something from your childhood, a passion, a dream. You're going to remember where you came from. You're going to have incredible wisdom about your own self and really, truly what makes your soul sing. And this, you know, the sad thing for me was when I was a young boy, I was in a boarding school at 12 in Mafeking in Bophuthatswana, and I was always a sensitive little kid. And at 12, I realized that there was something very wrong with me in terms of my sexuality. And this was a very fundamentalist Christian school, and I really became afraid that if I showed my true honest self, that I would be in physical danger. So I had to bury aspects of myself, and I had to really bury them where they would never be found, and I felt I had to adopt qualities that weren't the real me, but that I needed to survive that situation. Those things, you know, we always do the best we can. And, you know, when we're children or we're adults, we always try and do the thing that allows us to survive. But then if you still have those those faulty kind of aspects 20, 30 years later, when they don't really serve you anymore, when that situation is long gone, but the behaviors are still there, then it's really important to reclaim those aspects that you buried, never to be seen again, because they are the real you. And we've all had to do that at certain points to get through tough situations. So this is a day where those things that you buried about yourself will come up again. Oh my God, when I was 5, I did want to play the violin. I did love animals. It was just because my parents said animals were, or especially dogs, were horrible, unreliable creatures, and they're dirty and we don't have them in the house. And you realize, okay, that was my parents, but I actually have never stopped loving dogs, and I realize that now. That's the wisdom of the crone, that she is able to look back on her life and really bring it back together. And that knowing of yourself is going to bring you back to that child, to your true inner self. And the Page of Pentacles is someone who is learning a new skill, a new way of being a practical person. In this case, he's learning how to be a magician. Isn't that amazing? He's learning how to make magic in the world. And we can all make magic in the world. Magic is real. Manifestation, thinking positively and then having positive things happen, whatever you want to call it, magic is real. And because you reclaim your true self, because it naturally, organically arises out of the water, like Venus being birthed out of the sea, your true self reappears within you. And that will be scary because it's like, oh, like for instance, with the sexuality thing, for instance, it will say, oh God, I remember how scared I was when I was 12 years old. Oh, and I feel that again now. But the reaction can either be, I don't want to feel that anymore, I'm going to continue to repress that. Or it's going to be like, wow, I really had a hard time at 12 and I don't need to hide anymore and I'm safe now and I'm facing that difficult feeling. I have the strength of it. I embrace that little boy. And because of that, I can now start on my true journey. And I can be the real me. So he wants to be a magician. Maybe you want to have your own company. Maybe you want to be a carpenter. Or maybe you want to make astrologically influenced candles. Or maybe you're a herbalist. Maybe you're a flight attendant or an estate agent. Maybe you wanted to do something that you forgot about because your real personality became so obscured. You have the opportunity to reclaim that. It comes up anyway. If you don't deny it and if you don't dismiss it, it will really open up a new door of opportunity where you can grow towards becoming your real self. So, if you're a female and you were taught that you will only be valued if you're pretty and smile, and you have always felt that that is really wrong and there's so much more to you than that, but you never question it and you just believed it for the longest time, today you will realize that you are a whole universe more than that, and you will start to pursue what it is you're really interested in. The page is a court card. Pages turn into knights and then kings. When they're pages, they're at the very beginning. They're just learning. They're just starting out. When they're knights, they manage the energy. They still don't have total control over it. But when they graduate to the King of Pentacles, then he will be the master magician. He will be able to create the things that he wants in his life. But he can only reclaim that identity and get started on that road because he's true about who he really is. I mean, it's a horrible expression, but accept yourself, warts and all, All the negative side of yourself, we all have negative things within us. And it's to say, it's okay, I embrace myself despite the fact that I sometimes get really annoyed when people steal my parking space. That does not make me a bad person. And I can embrace myself and be that person and really pursue my life purpose. So If you're feeling this come up today, but you're too scared to do it by yourself and you want someone to guide you along the process, then please get in touch with me for a personal reading. I can draw up your astrology charts and use the tarot, and I also use the numerology in my readings, and we can look at what your life purpose is, who the real you is, why you've come back to planet Earth, and what you're trying to achieve this time around. We can also have a look at what careers will bring you the most fulfillment and success in the real world and financial abundance. We can look at what's coming up for you in future, in your love life, in your relationships with family, in your spiritual progress, in your health, in terms of travel, moving. Using the astrocartography, I can look at where the best place for you to live is, where there would be opportunities and things would really thrive much easier than where you are now. All of those things are available. So if you're interested, then please get in touch for a private reading. It's gregoryscott.com. Just click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. It is absolutely free of charge, and I'd be ever so grateful. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. And what I forgot is the numbers. So we've got 0, 8, and 1 is 9. And 9 is about spirituality and completion. So even if you're not spiritual or religious, or you have a meditation practice, you will be made complete by the green man. He will bring up something that will come up within your inner field, your emotional self, which is your spiritual self. You know, even if you're an atheist, you have a spirit, you have a soul, you have that spark of the universe within you, and you feel things. That will be given to you. You will be made complete in yourself through that spiritual connection, and then it's just up to you how to decide to use that. If you want to deny it and keep suppressing it, that's your choice. If you don't and you're ready to become the real you, then that's what the universe wants for you and is guiding you and is helping you to become. So congrats. Have a wonderful day. I'll speak to you tomorrow.